Hi everybody, we're theoretically back now.
Hi, this is our third try at starting this. This is Bob Mackey with USgamer finishing Bayonetta today, part 4. Sorry.
This is Kat Bailey, and we're like pretty far along. We're in like chapter 8?
This
9?
is chapter 8, yeah. Out
Chapter
of maybe
8.
12 or 13, I forget. But
we're like making a real push to try and finish this today.
yeah, it shouldn't take more than a few hours. Maybe even less. I don't know. I finished this game a few times before, so I'm no stranger to Bayonetta 2.
You get a comment. I bet they don't even know it's down. Yeah. We're doing our best, people. It's not even showing up. Well, let's see. Let's play for a bit.
Oh, wait, there we go.
We got it. We got a stream again.
So,
Wow, this is exciting. We're back.
I'm excited.
I'm excited. Yeah, we're back.
Cool, okay.
Can you hear us?
Do we need another intro?
Do we need another intro?
Because I can't possibly say those words again and have them mean anything.
We've like done like 5 intros at
Who
this
is Bob
point.
Mackey? I don't know. It's me.
And I'm Kat.
And right now I am doing not so great against this boss. But I'm playing Bayonetta 2, that's why you're here, right?
What is it with cyber dogs?
They're cool.
Why are they always a thing in like games like these? You also fight them in Metal Gear Solid Revengeance, another Platinum game.
It's just an easy way to have an enemy that's not like bipedal.
I think we can be heard because Nathaniel says that there was no first intro.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you for joining us. Sorry we cut out we cut out maybe like 5 minutes of the level, so hopefully you can
and they can
live
also
without
hear
it.
us now.
Oh, good. Excellent. Thank
Yes.
you so much, everybody. Let us know if we sound okay. We can always boost ourselves if we need to. But yeah, Bayonetta 2, you know the deal. We're playing through it. This is the last part of the playthrough.
Very exciting.
Yep.
We're apparently in hell right now.
We are in hell. Not just in the game, we're actually in hell. Thanks to
So-
technical difficulties.
Before we had all these unfortunate technical difficulties, which seem to have been resolved, thank God.
Yeah, let's never speak of them again.
I was saying that I have not actually gotten a chance to play Bayonetta 2 because Bob's been playing this entire time.
Right?
But it looks really enjoyable. It looks a lot of fun. I really like the action. I especially love the set pieces. The set pieces are really amazing.
Yeah, I really want to know if they can possibly top themselves in Scalebound or whatever the hell they do next.
Maybe. Is Kamiya working on that game?
He is. I think he's
Did he
the
work on
director.
Did he work on Bayonetta 2?
No, he didn't. I
That's
forget.
interesting. Was he a producer?
He might have just been a producer. I forget his role, but if you ask him about Bayonetta 2 on Twitter, he'll block you
Whoa.
because he's like, I didn't make the game, dummy.
Okay, then I guess he didn't.
I think it's more like he wants you to show respect to the director because it's like, I'm not the only one here. I also have other talented people that work for me.
Very talented people. Is it me or did all the cool people remaining in Japan go to Platinum?
Everybody cool at Capcom.
Though I suppose Yoshida over at Square Enix is pretty cool too, and he's making Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah, he's cool. No, he's really cool. He's a great interview. Sorry for playing so poorly. I'm still getting my Bayonetta legs. Which does sound really creepy, doesn't it?
Gordon Gartrell telling me that I'm the Dan Deerdorf of Bayonetta 2 commentary, which I think might be an insult.
What's
actually.
Dan Deerdorf?
Dan Deerdorf
Is that some kind of sports thing?
Yes, he is a recently retired color commentator for sports, primarily doing football. He was terrible and I hated him.
Oh. So this person's insulting you.
Yes, this person is actually grievously insulting me.
What a jerk. Don't be mean. What kind of things would this guy say?
Just saying that I was on color commentary.
Oh. No, I mean, what kind of things would this announcer say? Like, that certainly was football.
Pretty much. He came up with pretty much all the cliches of announcing along with John Madden.
Someone had to do it.
Yep. But he was like, very boring. Just like me.
And whoa, man. We're being introspective on this episode.
I'm a game journalist. I gotta be self-deprecating.
I think everything I say is interesting.
What is that thing on your back?
This is an enemy weapon I stole.
You stole an enemy weapon?
Well, I didn't steal it. I beat the enemy, so I'm using its weapon.
You killed it and took it off its cold blood dead corpse?
Pretty much. Most games are about looting corpses.
Yeah, this is weird.
It is frowned upon in society, but most of our video games are about stealing things from corpses. I'm gonna steal this bird. So do we have any questions coming in? Do we have any more insults coming in?
Oh, I'm told that this was actually a compliment.
Oh, okay.
He said maybe I'm like Bob Costas. This is also a sports
so
thing.
you're insulting him by like saying, "Oh, you know this guy that you like that you compare me to? I hate him."
Pretty much. That's what I do. So I gotta ask, now that we're like really far into Bayonetta 2,
Yeah.
what is your favorite moment so far?
Oh dear lord. Probably that fight in the last chapter, I think it was, where you fight I don't know anyone's name in this game, by the way. You fight that guy in the white robe.
The guy from Guilty Gear.
Yeah, you fight him, and then the second stage of the fight is you fighting him, but there's a robot fight in the background. And then after that, you basically fight as the robots. They're not robots; they just look like robots. But it's like this insanely scaled boss fight that somehow manages to be very like visually intelligible. And that's the way I see it.
I think my favorite moment in this game might be when you are surfing up to
that is really
heaven.
cool too, yeah.
That was a really neat set piece, and you can find that, I believe, in part 3.
Maybe part 3.
It was either part 2 or part 3 of our playthrough, which is currently on YouTube.
We'll be on YouTube forever.
Holy crap!
I know.
Wow! Come on, Bob, you can do it. Bob hasn't technically died yet.
No. Although that could change in these later chapters, because, jeez.
So this is an angel from Evangelion, right?
Pretty much.
It's that one they had to shut down all of Tokyo to kill. I feel like this is actually probably a reference, given that it was made by Japanese people, and all of them love Evangelion.
I think Evangelion is just so part of the cultural fabric now, it's hard to not rip it off.
Kinda, yeah. Oh, you're gonna die, Bob?
Just like, hey, this American novel has a biblical reference in it. Well, like everything made by white people does. We can't help it.
Oh boy.
Oops, wrong button.
Oh, you managed to get some health back.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be using health items liberally, not because I have to, but actually.
Because you're not trying to get ratings?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to talk at the same time, which is hard for Bayonetta 2, because these
Not
later
getting a
bosses,
triple S rating while talking? Ugh.
In this game, it is pure platinum. I really hope I don't my frigging thumbs are pulled out for this, but I'm optimistic. Do we have any chat coming in?
Ferret Boy 3 wants to know why you're getting hit so much.
Because I'm doing it to spite him, and him alone. That's why, Ferret Boy. It's your fault. It's because you were bad.
Apparently Hashimoto will block you for anything on Twitter.
Which guy's Hashimoto?
Maybe the guy who made the game?
I thought Inaba made this. Maybe I'm wrong. Oops. Now I'm just thinking about that guy making fun of how I play, and it's making me play worse.
Getting self-conscious. You can't get self-conscious, Bob.
I know. It's fine.
Oh, you did it. Good job. Do you have to finish it off now?
Nope.
Man, that was brutal. But hey, you got a bronze.
That's meaningless.
As opposed to stone.
Yeah. Let's heal myself here. Yeah, during my original playthroughs, I really don't use items that much, but
it's harder. It's actually really hard to talk through a game.
Yeah, especially a game like where you're just especially a game like this where you're just like relying on these little brief windows of opportunity. Keeping a commentary going is okay, well I gotta do a little puzzle here. Isn't that fun?
Ferret Boy 3 says he's not making fun of you.
I know, Ferret Boy. I'm just joshing. It's okay. We're cool.
Be cool, Ferret Boy. It's okay. The Muteki says, I think it's Inaba and Hashimoto both.
Okay, you're right, yeah.
Not sure.
I know Inaba is a big guy on this. And a big
I'm always
platinum.
amazed how people can keep a lot of these names straight, because I do this for a living, and I'm often like, Oh, yeah, okay. Like, I'm trying to remember all the different names associated with these different things.
Some of them, I mean, it's usually with things I really like, I'll get to know the creator's name. But if I'm not really on board or don't care, I usually won't remember.
Well, somebody like Kamiya is kind of...
well, it helps that a lot of these guys have been around for like 15 years.
Longer than that. Kamiya's been around for what, 20? 25?
I'd probably say probably like 20.
He worked on early Capcom games, right?
Yeah, I think one of his first games was Resident Evil.
I know he did Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, he was a I forget what he did in Resident Evil 1, but he definitely worked on it. Yeah, whatever this thing is.
I want to say it looks like something from The Legend of Zelda.
Kinda. I could see that.
Like one of the guards. Now it looks like something from Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it is a little more Final Fantasy.
Looks like Odin, actually. Oh wait, you're back in heaven now?
Yeah, I jumped through a portal.
Good job. If only it were that easy. Parrot Boy says Hashimoto was the director, Kamiya only wrote the story.
I got it, okay.
Yes, we're getting it now.
Hashimoto, I'm a big fan of him then.
Well, you really did a great job. I mean, games like these, they almost feel like a throwback at this point.
They really do, like back to the PS2 era.
Because they really like held the most sway in the PS2 era.
Yeah.
Maybe they mostly dried up in the 360 period, right?
Yeah, like you're not going to see Activision or EA make. I mean, wait, is Activision or EA making Scalebound? I just contradicted myself.
EA made Dante's Inferno, like we talked about in like a couple of parts ago.
Oh, it's Microsoft that's probably publishing Scalebound.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they want exclusives.
But you're not going to see a game like this from like a big like third party because there's no way you can monetize just a single player game like this. I mean, there is co-op, of course, but it's kind of a throwaway thing.
By all accounts, Microsoft is really determined to win the quote-unquote console war.
Yeah.
I hate that term, by the way.
They should be nicer to their exclusive. I mean, like D4 was an exclusive too, but then they realized like, oh, this is kind of weird, so then they just kind of forgot about it. So I hope that the same doesn't happen to Scalebound. It's a different kind of game, but
I think it'll be.
Is that you or me? Oh. So now we're back. I don't think this is actually hell. And I am playing a little better, as you'll notice. Last time I didn't have headphones on. This time I do. So a lot of this game is listening, as well as watching for those windows of opportunity. The sound effect that happens when you can hit an enemy is very important too. So I believe this is a pretty weird section of the game.
Yeah, it seems like it. You're flying. Like, you're like the Neon Cat.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what they're called? Neon Cat, with the rainbow, the toaster cat?
Yeah.
With the rainbow coming out of its butt? It's pretty much what you are right now.
See, like, Platinum could turn this into an iPhone game. Bayonetta's Gem Quest. Well, that was fun.
Yes, it was. Or is it a Pop-Tart cat?
I think it's a Pop-Tart.
Man, this conversation got dumb in a hurry.
And then the creators of Neon Cat sued Scribblenauts for putting it in their game.
Can I like do a little bit of apples to oranges comparison really quickly?
Sure.
I look at this game, and I look at the incredible creativity that goes into all of the set pieces. And I wonder what the heck is going on with shooters and why they aren't.
Why they're boring as hell?
Why can't they have more creativity with their set pieces? Why am I seeing the same stuff every time? And I know why it is, because they are being as safe as possible because they can't afford to have something go over really poorly and like squander their investment. They're going for the safest possible thing with their
Yeah.
millions of dollars.
What about Sunset Overdrive?
Sunset Overdrive is not a typical first-person shooter.
Yeah, I guess
For
so.
one thing, it's a 3PS.
Also, everyone forgot about it. It seems.
Kinda, yeah.
I don't hear much talk.
Well, it didn't exactly get any like Game of the Year nods,
Nah.
but it was pretty cool-ish.
I've heard many mixed things. I didn't play it, so I can't talk.
Okay, Bob.
That hasn't stopped me before, though.
No, I'm referring more to like military shooters. And
True.
look, I know that it's kind of low-hanging fruit, but I just played Battlefield Hardline, which ostensibly is a police game, but really is a military shooter in the end.
I'll tell you what. Go play Lovely Planet on the PC.
My question is, why am I... God, it's almost like a rhetorical question. Every time I'm invading the skyscraper or other large building.
Or you're behind a turret.
I'm fighting in the shopping mall. I'm behind the turret. I'm escaping from prison.
Yeah.
It's pretty. I feel like I've seen everything at this point.
That's kind of why I don't play those games.
I guess I don't think the campaign of Call of Duty Black Ops was particularly well designed.
Which one was Black Ops? The last one?
No, that was the one by Treyarch a few years ago.
I have never played a new Call of Duty. That's
like-
how bad I am.
It was like 2012.
I see.
That one was zany because there were like conspiracies and like you're fighting through history and everything, and there's like secret numbers, kind of like Lost. And that one was interesting, at least. Kind of. I mean, I don't think the levels were especially great because it was really just you're running through a corridor and stuff like keeps appearing in front of you and you gotta dodge to the left or whatever. And your friends will shoot everything in front of you. But it was more interesting than like the last two Battlefield games. My point is, I would like more shooters to just throw caution to the wind and have fun.
I agree, but they're too expensive to have fun, so...
Stop having fun. This is not about having fun. This is about making money.
Yeah, exactly. You want fun? Why don't you go read a book, nerd? Sorry, I should have been more... I could have had more to say, but again, distracted by bosses.
So, we have people responding to my rant. Gordon Gartrell correctly points out that yes, too much money is involved. The Muteki says, Sunset Overdrive, how was that? It looked pretty good, but for a 3PS, I'm a Saints Row kind of guy. I remember people hating the way Sunset Overdrive was marketed, though. Yeah, it was kind of tacky.
It was poochied out.
Poochied out?
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean? Like, it was just
Like,
to the extreme!
Yeah, that guy was basically Poochie,
Woo!
like in the ads, and then like the spokesbro, whatever, that character. And I need to concentrate.
Remember, kids, don't do drugs.
To the extreme. Man. There we go.
Good job.
There we go.
But yeah, Sunset Overdrive was fine.
Okay.
The aesthetic reminded me of DMC.
Oh, of Sunset Overdrive?
Yeah,
Huh.
for sure. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't really get
DMC was equally kind of goofy in that regard.
that. I like it
There's a
more
scene-
than Sunset Overdrive, the way it looks.
DMC?
It reminds me
I
more
know
of
it was
a,
fine, but it was actually my least favorite part of that game. I liked the combat, and I didn't particularly care for the aesthetic.
Oh yeah, we should say DMC Definitive Edition is out now, which I'm
yeah.
thinking of picking it up. I didn't give it a chance last time because it came out during a bad time in my life.
We reviewed it.
Yeah, we did. What did Mike give it? Like a 4 out of 5?
I actually don't know. I'm almost afraid to flip away from our
60 frames per second. I think is the big deal about it.
just like every HD remaster thing.
Yeah.
Let's see what Mike said through the power of the internet. He gave it a 4.5 out of 5.
Oh, nice.
Well, the original was very good.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
But it wasn't the real Dante.
There's a moment in that game where they actually take a shot about that.
Yeah.
Where
I do.
A mop lands on his head, and for a moment he looks like Dante, and he goes, "Heh."
That was like the Raiden fake out in Metal Gear Solid 3. It reminded me of that.
Oh, where like you find the pretty boy Raiden like guy and like kill him.
It was more like when you choose
steal his clothes or put on his mask or whatever.
Well, there's that, and then like when you play the game and you have to choose an option when you start. It's like, do you like Metal Gear Solid 1 or 2? And then if you choose 2, you start as Raiden, and Snake takes off the mask immediately. It's a totally cool fake out.
Muteki asked, wasn't COD Blops the one where they had Oliver North doing the marketing? I'm pretty sure that at least one of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're not above putting in quotes from famous war criminals in their loading screens.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
if I had actually interviewed Oliver North, which I did not, I would be like, so you should be in prison right now.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, why are you in jail?
Why are you marketing this game? Why am I talking to you?
You're a bad man.
God.
Oh right, he was pardoned. I'm sorry.
Duh.
I know. I was trying to be like, why isn't he in jail? And I was like, all right. Listen, I was like 6 when that happened. How should I know?
Bob and Cat getting political on the stream.
Oliver North finally gets his on today's Bayonetta 4 Bayonetta 2 live stream. You've been waiting for it, everybody. One of the most despised human beings in American history is finally going to get his.
The most despised human being. Wow.
One of the most.
One of the most. Attila the Hun.
I said in American
Hitler,
history. In American history.
Oliver North.
I would say in American history, and yes. I have no horse in this fight, or whatever. Dog? No, I fight horses.
You have no Poochie in this fight.
No. I'm mixing my metaphors like crazy here.
Just while you mix up that guy and that thing.
Yep, rotisserie monsters.
Muteki says, "How are you not in jail is such a better opener than, or how are you? Are you a pathological liar or what? For the record."
Huh.
I mean, I like the Contra games, but how do you live with the other consequences of what you've done? The Contra games are pretty great. Thank you, Oliver North. You gave us that.
They gave us...
You gave us...
the word Contra?
Mad Dog and Colonel Scorpion. Fighting aliens. Yeah, that was what the Iran-Contra affair was about, right? Fighting
Really?
Red Falcon.
It was selling arms to aliens.
In going straight to their heart. Total
Yeah,
eclipse.
I never got that. Oh wait, I'm underwater. I just realized that.
Total eclipse of the heart. Yes, water snake.
Apologies. Come on, Sneaky, go. This game is no snake rattle and roll, I'll tell you that much.
But what is, Bob? What is...
Only snake rattle and roll. If you want to learn more about snake rattle and roll, listen to Retronauts, everybody.
Is there a Retronauts about snake rattle and roll?
No, but we did an episode about rare games with Jazz, our editor at large, so that's on our site. Check it out.
Yeah, Video Red Stripe is here. Hello, Video Red Stripe. You missed a fine political rant by us.
It was one of the most daring positions to take.
Oliver North is not a good guy.
I don't like that guy. Don't worry, I'm getting out of here.
Help, I'm getting ill. Hooray, you made it. This is one of the less interesting levels.
Yeah, it's mainly about
It's a castle.
arena style fights.
Yes. But you got a giant hammer.
I'm waiting for the best time to use this hammer too.
Is there a particular time when there's the best time?
Well, I mean when there's some big enemies to hit. There could be something over here. Yep.
Good job, Bob.
Always take the path you're not supposed to take, even in life. That's my
This is
moral
Bob.
for today. Bob's minute.
the Bob morality minute. Be careful, this is about to become a thing.
Oh god, I don't want it. Like every
Just
dumb
like-
idea materializes.
becomes an actual segment on our fucking site. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, we're gonna get banned from Twitch.
No.
I was okay with the bird minute, but then like when you expect...
Oh, my freaking ears!
I don't want any damn vegetables. Defeat all enemies using a single combo. I don't know if I can do this, actually. Maybe I can do it. It involves lots of... I already lost it.
Apparently you guys did not talk nearly enough about Snake and Rattle and Roll.
Oh, excuse me.
Video Red Stripe says the rare chat was great, BTW. Good job,
thanks.
guys.
I was surprised we were so positive. I thought we were going to be like, oh, we're going to make someone mad now. I think we were...
I wish that I could have been there, but I think I was watching the Super Bowl that day.
Yeah, we recorded on Super Bowl Sunday for like 6 hours.
Which pretty much precluded me from joining in on any Retronauts conversation.
It's called TiVo, Cat.
But that removes like the excitement of being there in the moment. How could I like sit there and like commentate on Twitter?
That's true.
Annoying all of my followers who have followed me for my video game stuff and inadvertently realized that they've actually followed a Minnesota sports commentary place. Which I apologize before.
You can complain about those awful commercials in real time.
I know. So rare. I found it. Did you talk a bit about?
I did it.
How Donkey Kong Country
I'm proud of
came to
myself.
be based on?
Yeah. I mean, like, what do you mean?
Based on what was kind of shown in Console Wars, that an American decided to pitch a game at Nintendo of Japan or at NCL, and they were like, pfft.
You know what? I forgot that anecdote, and I would have brought it up because I also read Console Wars, but we didn't mention that part.
He had. Why am I forgetting the name of Nintendo's chairman for all those years?
Howard.
No. Nintendo of Japan.
Hiroshi Yamauchi.
Yeah, Yamauchi was there, and he was like, "So you want to make a game, huh? Well, we have the best designers in the world, and we don't think anybody outside Japan can make a good game." And he was like, "Look, how much money do you waste on a bad commercial?" And he was like, "About this much." And he was like, "Okay, instead give it to me." And he was like, okay.
Okay, I do remember this story now.
And they got Donkey Kong Country out of that.
Ooh.
Which he went to Rare and went, holy crap, look at what they're doing with these now ugly 2.5D graphics, but I digress.
Yeah. They managed to fool us all.
Indeed. If you're just joining us, by the way, you should realize that we don't actually really commentate on Bayonetta 2.
No, we do. Of course we do.
I mean, we do somewhat, but mostly this is actually secretly a Retronauts podcast.
It's more like everything is on the table. Oliver North, old games, new games, Donkey Kong Country. Do we have a chat? Is that new chat?
Yeah, people are talking to us.
I'm buying some stuff at the store here.
Bob Birdcat. So Gordon Gartrell. If you listen to From Us to You, you will hear the Bob Mackey Bird Minute.
Yeah, occasionally.
Occasionally, when I'm prepared. Bob is prepared.
I take it seriously. The last Bird Minute was me saying Birdman wasn't a good movie, and no one yelled at me about that. I'm surprised.
Nathaniel says I should have been on that podcast. I'm sorry. And Gordon Gartrell says I was never a fan of Donkey Kong Country. You're in good company.
Yeah. I mean, I played the first one, but after that I was like, I don't need to do this again. And I was of the age of pure Donkey Kong appeal.
Video Red Stripe says, bird watching with Bob on the Bob channel, bobbing along. Bob,
that's too,
Bob.
I don't want him to use my brand like that. As far as I know, I'm the only Bob in games journalism, so I've got to leverage that.
Got to protect the Bob Mackey branding.
Yeah. You know what? If I was a Chris or a Ryan or a Michael in games journalism, I would just leave entirely. There's too many Chris's, too many Michaels, too many
Matts,
too many Ryans, lots of Matts. Basically, any white
white dudes who were born in the 80s.
Yeah, every white boy born in the 80s. That's essentially games journalism.
Weirdly enough, I'm not the only cat who has been in games journalism.
Really?
Yes, there was a cat hunter. Who was in Frag Dolls and also did like esports stuff.
Oh, okay.
I think she works for Blizzard now. I've actually met her, and I always wanted to like go, hey, your name was right above mine, and then one up CMS.
It was weird to see that CMS. It's just like the history of games journalism was in that.
Right?
This is really inside baseball here. Sorry, people. Basically, at 1UP where we used to work, if you clicked the drop-down box for the author's name, was essentially everyone who ever worked there, which is basically everyone who ever worked anywhere.
Pretty much. All the good game journalists.
Ew.
Jeff Green, Luke Smith. I guess he was good. Shane Bettenhausen, Mark McDonald, me.
I was there.
Bob Mackey, and his birds. Good times. Fun fact, I never actually worked for 1UP. I was never actually an employee, though I did have a desk there.
Well, I'm sure there were lots of desks to go around after a certain point.
There was.
Yeah.
Jeez, Bob, now you're just making me sad.
That was easy.
So you also get depressing history on our live plays. Remember failed businesses?
Cat, video of Red Stripe. Cat, could you explain the money wasted on a commercial? That's my line of work, and commercials are way cheaper than games. Well, video Red Stripe. Back in the day, video games were actually quite a bit cheaper to make.
Was it the money for a commercial we spent on the entire game, or was it just like on the proof of concept of a game? I wasn't sure if they meant the entire budget.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. It seemed like it would take a little more than
back in those days. Well, I mean, back in those days, a game would cost what, $1 million?
Yeah, but I mean, not Square. Rare had to buy all that equipment and stuff. I don't know if
they
Nintendo
already
subsidized
had it, though. They already had it. They had already done.
What were they doing, Battletoads then?
No, they had seriously spent most of the Super Nintendo era just prototyping stuff.
I see.
Which is why, like, you don't see a lot of Rare games on the SNES.
That's true. Just Donkey Kong and Mortal Kombat.
Pretty much. So that's what they were doing, apparently, was just coming up with new ideas and prototyping things, because they had a lot of money from like their successful ventures in the past, and then they made Donkey Kong Country. That's
how we got that hideous sunken face Donkey Kong that will be with us forever.
Forever and ever. Like, they're never going to upgrade that design. He's always going to be 2.5D and kind of
They claim to have upgraded it when I interviewed the
oh, really?
The co-director.
Diddy and Donkey look pretty similar to me.
It's like, no, we made them less terrifying to look at. I'm gonna skip this. Actually, I think I got a new weapon, but I skipped the cutscene, so I don't remember what it is. But I will fix that in a second.
The Minteki says, I like DKC when it came out. I still kind of do, but the inconsistent shading and weird hitboxes.
Tropical Freeze or Jungle Freeze, I forget what it's called.
Hey, we're in Chapter 9.
F word. I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. I just went back to the shop.
Wow, jeez. And we just lost 3 viewers.
God damn it.
Well,
what are we at? How are we doing?
16.
Oh, way to go, everybody.
Woo!
Thanks.
I'm playing this crazy game.
That's okay. You're the cool people. You're the real American heroes.
This will be on YouTube forever.
Yep.
When I'm old and in my hospital bed, I can listen to Bayonetta 2 live streams on my Holo device.
Well, they're talking about 32X on the chat now.
Really?
Muteki, as the one guy in the world who likes the 32X, failed business talk is my jam.
Ooh.
You like the 32X? Please explain the Muteki, because I've never seen a lot of redeeming elements of that thing.
Yeah.
Did you ever play it?
Yeah, I did. Not a big fan of it.
The only game that ever appealed to me about the 32X was Star Wars. Like, the Star Wars game looked pretty cool.
What about
otherwise, there was Mortal Kombat. There was a Mortal Kombat on 32X for some reason. Was there anything else?
Doom. I believe Doom.
Oh, Doom. But that was on everything. It was on Super Nintendo.
True, but it looked like almost like the PC version on 32X.
Cool.
I mean, I go back and look at the Super Nintendo Doom. I played through it.
You did?
I don't know how I played through it.
Why?
Because I didn't have a PC.
Wow, Bob.
Us lower class folks were too busy mining and digging ditches and lifting up big heavy beams all day.
So.
We couldn't afford these fancy computers. That's right. My scythe can also fire some kind of bullet.
Nathaniel bought the 32X just to play Knuckles Chaotix.
I know Nathaniel, and that doesn't surprise me at all.
You know Nathaniel?
Yeah, that's my buddy Nick.
Hi, Nick. I don't know who you are.
Nick did a lot of art for us. He does the Retronauts art.
Oh, cool.
Not the cover art, but the logo and everything like that. The cover art is Jeremy. Nick and I have been friends since 15 years ago.
Wow. Old friend.
I'm sorry that you bought a 3DX, Nick.
Uteki says
3DX? 32X, sorry.
32X.
3DX. Nintendo 3DX.
God help us.
That's gonna be the next, that's gonna be their cell phone.
Ugh. What do you think of this whole DNA thing?
Do you want to know what I think?
Yeah, I want to know.
I care so little about it, I didn't actually read about it.
Because mobile?
Yeah, it's like that. Whatever happens, it's not going to be for me. It will
don't
probably
know.
just make me mad.
I think Nintendo can make good mobile games.
Yeah, I mean they already.
Nintendo's not going to just make throwaway crap like
I
Sega.
agree. I mean, I think they have made good mobile games. They just weren't on a mobile device.
Yeah. If anybody can save mobile gaming, it's Nintendo.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think it needs saving, but it needs like
Yeah, it does.
a reputation.
It has a terrible reputation.
Like I just. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be doing the same thing everyone else is, unless they are forced to, unless they have no choice to.
If that happens, we're all done.
It's not like Nintendo's ever gone back on their word. I mean, like, people were quoting Iwata from, like, 3 years ago saying, like, we will never be on phones. That is when Nintendo has gone too far when we're on phones, or something like that. Like,
Oh, really?
some really, really, like, strongly worded quote about how, like, that is below us.
Well, I mean, in 2003, Iwata said we will never be online. So, he said we don't do online.
That is hilarious.
Despite the fact that they made like a broadband adapter for the GameCube.
That, like, one game supported.
2003, arguably the nadir of Nintendo.
Well, you at least had Wind Waker.
Yeah, but that was the E3 where they were pushing
Oh, Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Hey, if you had the hardware, that was a pretty sweet game.
Yeah. Or they were pushing GBA GameCube connectivity.
Yeah.
While Sony and Microsoft were just laughing at them. Oh my god, it was a bad time.
It sucks because they could have so easily done DS and Wii connectivity in that era after that, but
Isn't
it just
that
had
sad?
a bad reputation. It would have been so cool because the things that they were able to do with that connectivity were awesome if you had the people and all the equipment. Unfortunately, that was kind of a tall order.
But developers were reluctant to require the 3DS or DS in anything. Even though the like DS was ubiquitous at that point.
Yeah.
The GBA like certainly didn't do poorly. It was very successful. It carried Nintendo through the GameCube era.
For sure. It's weird to think that it was only really alive by itself for 3 years, though.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. 2001 to 2004, that was it, and then it was DS time.
And then the DS lasted quite a long time, actually.
Yep. You should
Lasted,
listen to our
7 years?
DS podcast. The Retronauts did. It's great. You're
Yeah,
right, Kat.
I was on it. I enjoyed being on that podcast.
I would say DS is like 2004 to maybe like 2012.
Well, the 3DS came out in 2011.
Right. Oh,
But-
yeah. Yeah. By that standard, yeah.
And
The one that I
I would
7
say
years.
that like Pokemon Black and Dragon Quest VI were the kind of last quote-unquote major games to come out on the DS.
Yeah, probably.
And that was early 2011. Oh,
Yeah, that
Black
was
2 and White 2
2011.
came out in 2012.
That's right, yeah, 2012.
And that was it. And by that time, like, everybody was like, why is this game coming out on the DS?
Yeah, people were confused by that. Like, there's a new system.
And there was a pretty easy answer for that.
Money.
Well, that and Game Freak needed to buy time while they worked on Pokemon X and Y, which came out the year after that. And it was pretty rad, actually. Even though I don't play Pokemon anymore.
You don't play Pokemon anymore.
Yeah, well, not right now. But
Are you waiting for like a certain release to happen before you go back to it?
no, I'm waiting to care again.
Okay.
Because I don't care right now. Maybe I'll like just get in the mood to go on a battle simulator or something, and then build a team, and then I'll like feel inspired to go and train some guys and finish getting ribbons for my Eevee. But I can't.
Happen.
Oh no, you lost.
I didn't lose. I just failed.
Oh no, you died.
They're very different things. But I'm gonna go back because there's no way I'm doing this now. It's optional.
Oh no, you died.
That wasn't a death.
Okay.
Not officially.
Have we died officially yet?
I don't think so.
There's been one unofficial death, but that was because our stream kept cutting in and out. And
It was never recorded. It never happened.
While the stream was cutting in and out, it was cutting in and out on our TV too. So we could not actually see what was going on, and Bob died. So I think that was an unofficial death.
That it has to be.
But yeah, I can't be bothered to learn the dang metagame again, because the metagame changes every release.
That does seem it could be like tedious, especially because the main experience is often pretty similar.
And if you want to know the truth, I feel like Pokemon was... My personal favorite Pokemon metagame was probably Pokemon Black and White. Like, I feel like that was the best balanced. I've come to actually dislike Mega Evolutions, which is like...
Gimmicky.
Well, yeah, it's gimmicky, and it makes certain monsters like really overpowered, and I don't like fairy type. I don't like that.
Fairy types are retcon.
Yeah, I don't like fairy types. I get that they were trying to reduce the power of dragons, which were dominant.
Yeah, that was always an issue.
But frankly, I liked the power of dragons, and it wasn't like they were unstoppable.
What was really powerful in the first Pokemon Ghosts? Like, because only Psychic could beat Ghosts?
Psychic.
Or was it Psychic?
Psychic was easily the most powerful.
Okay, because only Ghost could beat Psychic? Is that how it worked?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then they nerfed the hell out of Psychic in second generation. Like, they added 2 types that resisted it, and like made Dark Attack so good that you could kill a Psychic type almost like really easily. Oh, and in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, they made Pursuit like a really good move, which meant that you could easily trap a Psychic type and kill them if they came in. So that made Psychic types actually a liability now.
What's next on the Pokemon horizon?
You know, they're not releasing anything this year. This is the first year that since maybe 2010, maybe 2009 even, that they have not they are not releasing a game. Like, I think they're just content to rest on Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
That could be for the best.
Though there has been rumors of DLC.
I see. Weird.
Yes.
I wonder what that would be.
Battle Frontier, which is a big theme park where you go and collect medals and everything.
Yeah.
Which should have been an Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire in the first place, but wasn't, which made me annoyed and made me want to quit playing. So
I could see that.
Yeah.
Well, Kat, you can get ready for Yokai Watch, the next big thing, right? No, not really.
Yokai Watch is big in Japan.
Yeah, I just think it has a cultural value that does not share by Americans.
Why is that?
The idea of the yokai is something that is like everything can have a ghost. That's like a Japanese cultural thing, and that is not the same in America. Like, oh, it's the ghost of the lamp, like.
Well, I mean,
animism and stuff like that.
Pokemon is also based on a very Japanese idea, which is collecting bugs.
True, but I don't think it's inherently Japanese.
It's not inherently Japanese, but it's
yokai
like,
are.
It's a thing that kids do. But yeah, I could see that, but
also I don't think level 5 makes that great of RPGs. That's just me though.
Dragon Quest 9 was really good.
They had help.
I still have to play Ni no Kuni.
I advise against it, but that's just me. Again,
there are
that is
people
just
who
me.
really like it, and there are people who really hate it.
There are some people who are like, this means the RPG is not dead. It's like, well, no, that's not what it means. It just means someone spent a lot of money on an RPG. The thing is, I don't know. Go back and read my review of Ni no Kuni. I don't want to get into it.
Is it even up?
It might
I think
be.
it went away.
It might be up.
It was on 1UP.
Right, but now they're talking about how everything's being restored, which I haven't seen
Oh,
yet,
really?
But everything is being restored.
It's coming back to life.
And I bet there'll be new ads on it, on things I wrote years ago that I will never see a profit on. Do you have anything coming on chat?
They're talking about Pokken Tournament. The fighting game.
Tell me, this is not Pokemon related. I'm just thinking how Pokemon crossed over with SMT.
You mean Fire Emblem?
Oh, is that Fire Emblem that's doing it?
Fire Emblem cross SMT.
Wait, what was that? What was that Pokemon like strategy game? Was that like Romance of the Three Kingdoms Pokemon or something?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Warlords. Or
Warlords.
Pokemon War
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, I did not play that game.
So
I don't-
Fire Emblem is crossing over with SMT. Is that going to be a strategy game or what?
In theory.
Okay.
Hey, Pure Platinum, good job.
I like how all these Japanese companies are forced to work together now, so we get these weird mashups.
You know, I will be surprised if SMT Cross Fire Emblem actually materializes, but we'll see. We have not heard anything about it. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's
Yeah.
just... Oh, do you think Xenoblade Chronicles X is coming out this year?
Yeah, I do.
So we're getting Xenoblade Chronicles X, Zelda, and Star Fox.
It's coming out this year because it needs to come out this year. This is like Nintendo's last Christmas, I think, with the Wii U.
Oh, you think so?
Last Christmas, they could possibly do anything worthwhile with it, at least.
Oh, so you're thinking that next year they announce a new console?
Yes. I don't think it'll be out next year, but
Huh. Man,
Like-
that would way undercut the Wii U sales, though, if they announced a new one.
I just think there's only so much more they can do with the Wii U, and this holiday will be the last time they can really, get big games out for it. While people still care if they do.
Well, that...
I mean, I'm sure there'll be another Christmas with the Wii U, but it'll just be like, we made another Kirby game. Have fun.
Well, those three games alone would be freaking awesome.
Yeah.
You know, at this point, can I say something blasphemous?
I think I know what you're about to say, but go please.
I like the Wii U better than the Dreamcast.
Oh, I was gonna say I like the Wii U better than the PS4 and Xbox One.
I don't.
Just for the sheer amount of things you could play on it that I like.
Here's the thing. I think that if you're a serious gamer,
How serious you have to be.
like, you really like video games and appreciate them, you should own one of the major consoles, like a PS4, and you should own a Wii U. Because you can't... There's so many games on the Wii U that you just cannot get anywhere else.
True. I would say like a PC Wii U combo would be ideal for me if I wasn't a journalist. But then again, I couldn't play Bloodborne, so
Yeah. I mean, if you just owned a Wii U, you'd be missing out on a lot of pretty good games.
But still, I mean, if you're just a regular
Persona
Joe,
5 and Bloodborne,
yeah.
you can't miss out on those.
If you're just an average Joe, though, you can't always be like, I have to buy everything. Sometimes you have to make hard decisions.
Okay, if I were an average Joe, I would own a PS4 and that's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
I would definitely just own a PC.
Oh, no, here's the thing. Like, okay, I love my PC and it's great, but I play sports games.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, I need a console for that. If you don't play sports games, which
Did they
you
not?
don't,
Did they just don't release sports games for PC?
no.
Weird.
I think they don't want them modded,
That's it. Yeah, it's like you're gonna cut into our business plan.
pretty much.
Let's just
Even
make
though-
Madden an MMO then.
Even though PC is back, back, quote unquote.
Well, it quote unquote died in like the mid-aughts, and then Steam kind of brought it back.
Yeah, that's why you don't see it on like Origin. No, FIFA is. FIFA's on PC.
That's probably because there's some territories that
And
they
NBA
can't ignore.
2K as well. Okay, so I'm lied. There are a couple of them.
You just can't play Madden.
Madden is not. NHL is not. MLB The Show is not. Etc.
I see. I don't know any of these games anymore, so
Nah, you don't have to.
Focus on what I need to do here if I have to worry about you off on your own.
we are still playing Bayonetta despite what our conversation might tell you.
I'll take you to
Do we have any comments coming in?
Yes.
yeah.
I'm not doing too shabby.
You can't be on
I
your
hope
you're
my
not.
carpal tunnel will hold out.
You have carpal tunnel.
No, but I do have a tunnel in my wrist.
No.
There's lots of talk about FIFA.
You again?
Oh, and Gordon. Somebody's been modding Madden 08 for PC for quite a while and putting in like updated rosters
Is
and
that
stuff.
because it was the last PC release?
Yes.
Oh wow, haha.
There's somebody who like still plays it and considers it the best. I think it's a little too ugly for my taste. It's fine, but
Who are you?
Well, now Mutant League Football is coming back, so you won't need to play Madden at all. That was the one football game I actually played, Mutant League Football.
really,
And Mutant League Hockey taught me how to play hockey.
there's a Mutant League Hockey.
Yeah, I think it was just football and hockey. And then there was a Mutant League, like, daily syndicated cartoon, if you could believe that.
Oh, Gordon, I was referring to Madden 08. That's the PC version that's getting modded. So the 2008 version. 2009 version? Like that game would have 2007. That game would have come out in 2007.
That's true, yeah, it's
I
always
I can never remember the numbering conventions.
I will say, only true 90s kids will remember the Mutant League cartoon.
There's a cartoon?
Yeah.
I guess I'm not a true 90s kid.
It just probably wasn't showing in your area, but it was real, and there was an episode about drugs.
In real hockey, decapitated heads cannot score goals.
No.
Is that a thing in
It's
Mutant League
weird
hockey?
how they had to tone down the violence for the cartoon. But
Really?
I loved, yeah,
Well, I mean, there was a talkies. I loved, by the way, that back in the early 90s, there was a Toxic Avengers cartoon
yeah.
from like a really schlocky B movie.
Yeah,
And
I mean, Troma is who makes that movie. Just makes like boobs and gore films, essentially.
And there was also a RoboCop movie.
Cartoon?
Cartoon.
There was a Mortal Kombat cartoon.
There was?
Yeah, and no one ever killed anyone. They all had guns.
Well, because that's better.
Yeah, guns are better than actual violence, kids.
So are we on the final boss here?
I don't think so.
He seems pretty final bossy. His name is the Prophet. But I guess you haven't killed God yet.
No, I mean every boss in this game feels final bossy, really.
It's true. In the cartoon's opening, a guy scored a goal in volleyball by spiking an orc's head off its body.
I'm gonna be a little quiet during this fight, just so you know. So, just so I can get through without dying. So what are we looking up?
Yeah, I was just checking Twitter, sorry.
Oh. I need you to carry this cat, I can't talk.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was looking at, Nah, I'm not gonna talk about this.
Okay.
He looks like a Tholian from Star Trek. Do you know what a Tholian is, Bob?
I don't.
They're these little crystalline beings that were depicted by putting like a cardboard cutout against a glowing background in the original Star Trek, and then later got some crappy CG to depict them.
Oh.
But he looks like one of them, only, you know, like better.
2 healing items.
The parry would make this fight way easier, says Gunstar Contra.
The parry?
I like your name, by the way. It like makes total sense in the context of what we were talking about earlier.
The parry? I don't understand.
Like the parry from like Metal Gear Solid
Oh.
Revengeance. Like being able to parry his attacks.
That's true.
But then they would balance it that way, so...
Yeah.
And you can't even get close to him.
Yeah, you have to dodge in order to get in there, fight him.
Which time is a really big advantage in this game.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's every one of the Platinum games has a time slowing or freezing mechanic, but it makes things so great.
Why is he throwing the Tower of Pisa at you?
Because it's a good weapon.
Shane Soon with an AK-47.
Did that really happen?
Yep. Oh, yeah. Muteki was reminding me that there's a minigame for Gradius at in the second period of Blades of Steel.
Oh, yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
Konami.
So random. I love it.
Man, I can't even see what's happening here. There we go.
Listen to that furious clicking. You know,
I
Bob's
know.
working hard. I believe in you, Bob. This is where we get the Oendon going.
Sorry, I can't talk. I got it. Okay. So Kat just took my picture for some reason.
Because I think this is awesome, actually. Hard at work.
Hardly working. Is it Friday yet?
Wednesday, actually.
Not close enough.
You look really intense and, like, focused.
Wow.
There's a picture of me from when I was, like, little, of me, like, slumped against a bed with a Nintendo controller just kind of, like, looking at blankly at the screen. It's actually kind of a terrifying picture.
The child gone wrong.
Pretty much.
You are no left eye, but you may still forfeit it, like a lady.
No lady would ever hand anything to a man who chases
That's
after
true.
little boys.
Very well.
Castlevania and Blades of Steel.
Listen.
Whenever they get an NES emulator of some sort.
When do we get a gritty Blades of Steel reboot?
I've been waiting for it for a long time, but Konami only seems interested in making Japanese baseball games now.
Oh, they make baseball games too?
Yeah, they have a game called Baseball Heroes or something like that in Japan.
Is that like the little squat guys?
No, it's actually like a baseball simulator,
Oh.
but with the Japanese league. So
I thought they only made Metal Gear, Soccer, and FIFA, or Winning 11.
Pro Evo?
Pro Evo.
Nope.
And they forgot about everything else.
And Daniel says, for your next series, Cat should play Madden while Bob has to think of something to talk about during the quiet parts.
That mascot's weird.
Boulder.
I cannot think of anything more boring than watching me play through a whole season. For one thing, I would never lose.
I was deceived.
And yes, that is true. So I'd
One thing, I'm awesome.
I guess I could go on a quest to go 19-0, but that wouldn't be too hard. 19-0 with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now that would be interesting.
I guess I could tolerate football when it's not being interrupted by commercials every 8 minutes. So,
Yeah, but the games last like 45 minutes apiece.
yeah.
So we would probably have to do like a 7 or 8 part series, and every game would be more or less the same.
That's good. I mean, I'm wondering, like, are there people who are famous for streaming sports games? I know there are
Yes.
esports, and that's a different thing, but, like, are there, like, dedicated, like, Madden people? I mean, I'm
course.
sure there are. I just haven't seen them.
It's not as big as other games.
Yeah.
But there are people who just sit around and play sports online mostly. Or like a big thing for sports streaming is there will be people who literally sit there and open Ultimate Team card packs on their stream. That's all they do.
So you're just there to vicariously experience their joy?
Yes, pretty much.
Okay.
Ultimate Team, by the way, is a blight in all sports games, and I hate it, and wish it would go away at the end.
Present you gave me.
It's microtransactions baked into the game.
I see.
Yeah.
Your face will be the last.
But you don't have
Flashback.
to use it.
Thank you.
That's Bayonetta's mom, I'm pretty sure.
Please.
Oh, I thought that was a guy.
Well, I mean, there's the whole headdress and mask and stuff.
It's still not too late.
Boulder.
Oh, is that Bayonetta's mom?
Yeah, Cereza's Bayonetta, so... This is what's happened before the first game, I
I
believe.
thought that you were referring to that person.
See to it now.
Well, the lady that he's holding.
Comes.
Ah, okay.
Our dear sweet child will be the
It's androgyny, folks.
one to awaken and inherit.
Cat's suggestion should be real. Hideo Kojima presents Blades of Steel 2, Steal Yourself.
What would Kojima do to make it weird, though? Is what I want to know.
He would reference old movies, include a lot of really uncomfortable sexualized characters, uncomfortably sexualized characters, and you'd go into a locker room and there would be somebody waiting to like talk philosophy with you.
the Zamboni guy would actually be like a reincarnated 1,000-year-old like deity or something. I don't know.
It would be Vamp.
Huh.
Vamp would be the Zamboni driver.
A remembrance of time.
Lies.
You
So they're talking about eyes here.
do you not? You are an
Oh,
ass.
and yes, Muteki, the Konami does still make the Pro Evo series. In the last version, the last release in that series was actually quite well received. I didn't particularly care for it, but whatever.
Those come out here too.
Oh yeah, they come out every year. It's much more hardcore. The previous game was interesting, but I didn't find it particularly fun to play. Hey, it's that guy. I think I saw this movie. It was called Drag Me to Hell.
Damn it! No choice but to jump. Bayonetta!
And why is Loki in this game anyway?
Not really sure. I mean, I don't know if it's the
Seems
Loki.
like it's mixing up all of its gods.
It's like it's like Norse and Christian and all these things just smashed together.
But no bother. The return of the eyes.
Return of the Eyes is simply a matter of time. Just so you know.
Yeah. So we're coming up on the end here. Pretty sure we're close.
Whoa, have you died yet?
No,
Oh my gosh, Bob. Go Bob.
I'm getting all these silvers like crazy.
Look at you.
That performance might make the back page of the classified.
We can do this. I believe in you.
I just hope my thumbs hold out. I'm doing okay. It helped to play a little to warm up before this.
Yeah, Bob was practicing before we got going.
On old stages, not these newer ones.
Yep. He wasn't cheating.
That wasn't cheating. I do want to see if I have a new...
You got haters.
Okay, let's skip this. Just gotta buy some healing items because I used a bunch.
Is this the hardest game that Platinum has made, or is that...
I wouldn't call this game one of their harder games, actually.
Yeah.
I think, like, Beautiful Joe is probably the hardest game. I mean, I know that was a Clover game, but whatever. Beautiful Joe is hard. Let's ask who in our audience what is your hardest Platinum game? I think I want to say it's Beautiful Joe. That game I could not beat like stage 3.
Clover was basically Platinum.
Yeah, you can count Clover too.
I got pretty far in Beautiful Joe. Like, really far.
That game just, I mean, it's as, like, you know, insanely complex, but it really demands a degree of perfection I was not ready to, I will not ever be ready to commit to.
It was gorgeous in its day.
It still looks good. I actually played it a bit for 1UP, like, on a live stream. And I was just like, wow, like, cell shading really makes things age so much better.
Art Raider says God Hand.
Ooh, God Hand. Good one. That is a tough game until you figure out what it wants from you. I was playing through that recently.
Beautiful Joe required a perfect use of the slowdown mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I remember about it for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, there was slow, fast forward. Like, it was basically the like a metaphor for like VCR controls or whatever was built into the game.
Mm-hmm. I dug it.
Let's see if I can do this. I'm not making any promises. These aren't deaths if I fail these, by the way. It's a shame. Maybe I should buy a costume before the last stage, just to have a different thing for Bayonetta to wear.
You should.
Defeat all enemies. No witch time.
What costume do you want Bob to buy?
I can buy upwards of 2. I think I might actually get the Princess Peach one. If you want to look at Bayonetta's butt the entire time.
Oh, well, that was why I signed up. Bob.
That's why I'm playing this game. Oh, I'm not gonna do this. Whatever. I tried.
Jeez.
I need witch time to live.
What a scrub.
Leaving now. We are going, I think now we are actually in hell. This next part of the game. Okay, we're back.
Samus or Peach, I'm seeing.
Samus or Peach? I don't know if I forget how you access the costumes. I know there's the Peach one that's you can buy automatically. Maybe you need to play more levels, I forget. Or maybe, I think a lot of them open up when you beat the game. I know in Bayonetta 1, if you play that version, like all the Nintendo costumes are unlocked immediately, so you can just jump right into any of those if you want. Whatever sexy Nintendo character you want to play as.
The world has been crying out for sexy Nintendo characters.
I know. I mean, what's Rosalina if not a sexy Peach? What is Princess Midna if not a sexy Princess Zelda? So I think I'm back to using these swords instead of the scythe.
Why is that?
I don't know, it's just a little faster.
Yeah, speed can often make a big difference. That's interestingly, when I play games like these, I often like to use heavy weapons like the hammer or a battle axe or something, just because I like being able to take out a large number of enemies like as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Rather than having to combo them or whatever. I just like to smash them. Like that's what I would do in God of War, for example.
Oop, sorry, I forgot what that did.
Not that God of War is that comparable to Bayonetta,
Yeah.
because it's more of a cinematic experience, but still, I mean, the principle is almost the same.
Speaking of God of War, I was very proud of the recent Resident Evil. You know why?
Why is that?
Not a single QTE in that game. Not
Good.
one.
Good job.
I was like, really? Okay, good. I was expecting one too, like...
Particularly given what Resident Evil 4 did.
I'm more thinking of 6.
Was it?
Where it's like, it's like, it was basically like, we want to make these segments interactive, we don't know how, instead let's just put button prompts over everything and maybe it'll make sense. So it's like, your plane is crashing, hit the X button, like, what does that do?
We're now at the part of the game where they start having like multiple versions of one boss.
You saw me fight this boss in the first level today.
Yep.
And now I'm fighting 2 of them.
Such an action game trope. That was the only part of Revengeance that actually disappointed me. Was the fact that there was a kind of a boss rush in the middle of it. And that's always kind of a cop-out. You know that they're running out of time and need to find some content when they just start throwing in boss rushes.
I'd just rather there'd be nothing than a boss rush. I'd rather just not play anything. Just like, that's okay, just make your game shorter, it's fine. That boss rush is not doing much for me. Beautiful Joe does that too, and that's why it gets really hard.
Muteki said the worst QTEs are the ones with random or arbitrary button presses.
Yeah, that was RE6, big time.
Like, arbitrary or random would be like, oh, I'm not paying attention. Here's a button press. I always loved that in Resident Evil 4 they would make you do QTEs when you during cutscenes.
I think they got away with it because that was the first time anyone ever did that.
Was it? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Was that was the year that God of War came out, right?
It was, actually, yeah.
In fact, it was a couple months before God of War came out.
Yeah, I think it was like God of War was like March or April and RE was January.
God of War like gets all the credit for that, but they were definitely a thing in RE4. Though they really first appeared in Shenmue, right?
They did. I think they were called QTs in Shenmue even. I'm losing track of where I am. Oh, there we go.
And God of War really popularized them in AAA games for a bit. That and Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, I'm just glad to see games moving away from them. I mean, that's not true at all, actually, now that I think about it, because of the order.
Oh, well, who played that?
Somebody had to have played it.
The thing with Order 1886, like, everybody saw through it. Really.
Yeah, I mean, like, you gave us the best possible looking version of something that we were sick of.
Pretty much.
I like this guy.
So it's a fire scorpion.
Whatever that means.
I can't even pronounce whatever that was. And so it's a tarantula.
Yep.
Okay. Fire
She reminds me of the one from Devil May Cry.
Was there a fire tarantula in that game?
Yeah, that was like one of the first hard bosses you fought in the game.
It's the original?
The original one, yeah.
I don't remember that. I got pretty far in that game too. I never beat it, but I got really far.
It holds up. I replayed it recently.
It's way slower than this game.
Oh, for sure, yeah. That's why it's a little bit easier for me now, because it's like I played Bayonetta.
I went into the original Devil May Cry expecting Devil May Cry 3 and was surprised. So,
Expecting Devil May Cry 3?
yeah, well, like, Devil May Cry 3, as you know, is way faster.
Oh, yeah.
Way faster.
So I take it you played it
paced.
after Devil May Cry 3.
Actually, I watched videos of Devil May Cry 3. Really wanted to play Devil May Cry 3, but could not find it. For whatever reason. And instead just bought Devil May Cry 1, because that was actually available used at GameStop.
As long as you didn't buy 2.
I didn't,
Okay.
because it got terrible reviews. People really hated Devil May Cry 2.
It's not good.
What was bad about it exactly?
They just lost the feeling, like the essential like feeling of that game, like the way the moves are very responsive. I don't know how to block that. I think I just need to run away from it.
Kami didn't make it.
Nope. He was busy, probably Beautiful Joeing it out.
Yes, that was about the same time, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2003. Man.
It's like a little crab. I actually hate bosses like this.
Like what?
I dislike large bosses.
Oh. That's basically almost all of Bayonetta 2 then.
I know. I mean, this is fine, actually. I prefer, like, one-on-one duels. I mean, this is a duel, I guess, but...
Then you'll really like Dark Souls 2, if you ever get around to playing it.
That's why I like Dark Souls.
Most boss fights in Dark Souls 2 are like duels, essentially.
The first boss that I fought in that game, and the only boss, because I wasn't actually able to get past it, because I'm a scrub, was the tree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Kept killing me. I came pretty close to beating him, but he got me.
He's almost dead.
Umiteki says, speaking of game feel, I love the way the first Bayonetta's rumble during attacks felt on the 360 controller.
I only played on PS3.
Wah wah.
Was that the bad version?
Yes.
I thought so. Well, now I have it on Wii, which is the best version.
Yes it is. I also have it on Wii U. In fact, you are playing my version.
I mean Bayonetta 1.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yep.
Why are we in the Xenomorph Cavern?
Because every game has to turn into this. Let me try to figure something out here. There's a way to make items, and I forget how to do it because it's been a billion years since I've made an item in this game.
What? We can craft stuff?
Yeah, let me see.
That's crazy talk.
I don't know how to get... Weird, I don't know how to do this. I wonder why it's not letting me. Oh well. If you know how to make items in Bayonetta 2, let me know. There we go.
We need that one guy who was giving us all the advice in the previous streams.
Yeah, he was helpful.
He was very helpful. I don't remember your name. I apologize, guy, but...
Is he still here? I guess
don't
you
think
wouldn't
so.
recognize his name.
We've been mostly getting comments from Muteki and Daniel and Gordon. Though Gordon appears to have left.
He'll be back.
They always come back.
They love this Bayonetta footage.
So if you're just joining us, we're currently in, what, Chapter 10?
I think we're at 10.
We're in Chapter 10 of Bayonetta 2, and we're pretty close to the end, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I forget how many levels there are.
We're getting to the end in this today. Like, this is it. We're finishing it up. Because Bob and I are busy. And
Yeah.
we need to spend
We
our
need to
time
move on.
We need to move on with our lives. Bob, what are you playing right now?
Oh my god, I'm playing a lot of stuff. Some I can't talk about.
Yes, you are.
But I am playing Hotline Miami 2 a lot still.
Are you still
I just
playing?
reviewed that. Yeah, I'm going back and getting like secrets and playing better and stuff like that. I was playing Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright on the bar over here, on the train over here, rather.
Oh, you're playing that?
Yeah,
You like it?
it's fun, yeah.
It seemed fun.
I don't usually play Layton games, so it's like, oh, this is neat for, change.
I don't also usually play Layton games. Because it makes me use my brain. I don't like using my brain.
They have a way of making me feeling stupid, but this hasn't happened yet. I actually was like, oh, I'm so smart. I got this puzzle designed for children.
I am currently playing Pillars of Eternity. I cannot say how I feel about it, but I am playing it.
I could guess.
Have you been listening to Axe of the Blood God? That's our new RPG podcast. If you haven't, you should go subscribe and rate and review us. But we're going to be talking about Pillars of Eternity on that show in a couple weeks. Because next week we're going to be talking about Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to be out by then.
It comes out on next Tuesday.
Ah, yes. So yeah, we'll be talking about it then. So yeah, go check it out. It's pretty rad.
Swindler of Progress.
Bob's been on a couple of the shows with us. We talked about Final Fantasy VI.
Oh man, I forgot about this boss fight.
Is it really hard?
No, there's just a gimmick to it, and I think I already screwed it up.
You're a little girl?
Well, he changed me into a little girl.
Why are you a little girl? 'Cause
Cat,
he's
just pay attention.
Is he swindling your progress?
He is.
Bayonetta was so cute when she was little.
He's okay.
I wasn't nearly that cute when I was little.
Are you really the best judge of that?
Yes.
Or did you win like an ugly baby contest? Your parents have to be pretty cool to put you in one of those.
I was definitely not in one of the ugly baby contests.
Ugliest baby, Minnesota, 4 years running. Then I won the ugliest toddler contest. And finally, ugliest teen.
But then I blossomed
And then I
into the gamer you know today.
I became too beautiful to win ugliest adult.
Don't. It's a giant frog. Lorp.
Yay. So what's going on the old chat?
Art Raider likes Axe of the Blood God, which I appreciate. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, I'm also playing Monster Hunter 4. I will never stop. It's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna play that eventually. Supposedly, I have a new 3DS in the mail. Our fearless leader is sending me one. And it's going to include a copy of Monster Hunter 4.
Nice.
But I'm kind of too busy to play it right now.
I understand that. I mean, like, I want to be playing it much more, but that's kind of hard to do.
I just reviewed Battlefield Hardline. It was okay. That's all I have to say about that. But we'll be streaming it here tomorrow.
Oh wow.
Yep.
It's a shame I can't make it.
So you can come and watch it. Though I've been trying to get a hold of Jazz and I haven't been able to because he's in Seattle for a super secret thing that I can't talk about. Look at all this stuff we can't talk about. It's almost like we're journalists.
And guess what? None of it's very exciting, so don't worry.
It's not. It is not exciting at all.
It's stuff you could probably guess is happening.
Muteki, oh boy, the Let's Be Cops the game.
Yeah, it was weird that movie came out.
If only it were that interesting.
Yeah.
It's really...
If only it had something to say about anything, is that what you mean?
What, Battlefield Hardline?
Yeah.
It has nothing to say
That's what I mean. Like, it's not saying anything and just like, yeah, this would be a fun idea.
It's like
With absolutely no political baggage.
It's Miami Vice. And if you don't mind spoilers, they ditched the cop idea pretty quick, actually.
Ah, okay.
You become like a cop on the run.
See, I would have liked it better if it was like old Miami Vice, like having fun with it. That idea.
Nope, not at all.
Fun is not profitable. Get it out of here.
Nope. You get framed pretty quick, and you become like a criminal on the run, and fighting corrupt cops, and that's it. And you're still arresting people, even though it doesn't make any damn sense in the context
Citizens
of the game.
arrest.
You get people going, "Are you even a cop?" And then you like arrest them, and you're like, "Yes, I also have unlimited handcuffs. Now get down on the ground."
I'm a magician too. All right, I need.
Well, magician or BDSM community,
Whoa.
one of the two.
I work at a sex toy store.
See this outfit? Made of handcuffs.
That's why you're dressed as a sexy cop the entire time.
If only. You're just a generic... Well, I would say generic white dude, but technically you're Mexican in the game.
I see.
Named Mendoza!
Really named Mendoza?
Yes.
Okay, well I guess there are